The hunger in the room was palpable. It wasn't a hunger for food. It was a gravitational pull, a biological demand that the space between us be eliminated. T5 stayed in the shadows of her quarters, her silhouette pacing like a caged tiger. I sat on the edge of the drain tank, hugging my knees, trying to stop the trembling. My new body was reacting to her presence in ways that terrified me. Every time she inhaled, my lungs tried to match her rhythm. Every time she growled, a low, subsonic frequency, my spine tingled. The book, I stammered, trying to focus on something intellectual to keep my sanity. The Thalassari biology guide, it said mating is casual, a game of cards, no mothers, no fathers. She stopped pacing, she stepped into the dim light, she had shed the top of her uniform. I stared, unable to look away. She was alien, gray, and scarred, but the sheer power and symmetry of her form was breathtaking. Her skin had shifted color slightly, flushing a darker violet along her neck and ribs. "That pamphlet is for humans," she said, her voice dripping with disdain, "to make you feel comfortable, to make us seem manageable, harmlessly promiscuous." She moved closer, the claws of her feet clicking on the stone. "For the majority, yes, we share genetics to strengthen the pod. It is transactional, logical." She loomed over me, blocking out the light. "But for the soldier caste, for those of the deep blood, there is the resonance." She knelt, bringing her face level with mine. The sheer scale of her head was intimidating. I could fit inside her mouth. "It is a flaw," she murmured, her red eyes scanning my face. "An evolutionary relic. Once in a lifetime, a warrior finds a signature that matches their void. It is not love, little human. It is obsession. It is the biological imperative to protect and possess." She reached out, her hand hovering over my chest. "And you, a laboratory experiment, you are singing to my blood." I swallowed hard. "What happens now?" "Now," she said, her voice dropping to a dangerous purr, "we survive the night. Your body is still stabilizing. You need thermal regulation from a compatible source, or your organs will shut down. The tank could only do so much." "Thermal regulation. Body heat," she clarified bluntly. She didn't wait for permission. She reached down and scooped me up again. This time there was no hesitation, no clinical distance. She pulled me against her bare skin. It was a shock. She was cold to the touch, like marble, but beneath the surface there was a furnace of energy. As soon as my chest pressed against hers, the trembling stopped. My erratic heartbeat synced with the slow, thundering rhythm of hers. She carried me to a recessed area in the floor, a nest filled with soft, moss-like materials and heated sand. She laid down, her massive body curling into a protective circle, and placed me in the center, against her stomach. I was trapped, enveloped by 5 meters of apex predator. Her tail curled over my legs, pinning me gently. Her arm draped over me, her hand resting on my back, heavy and possessive. "Sleep," she commanded. I thought it would be impossible. I was lying in the arms of a giant alien soldier who had essentially told me she was obsessed with me. But the scent of her, salt, ozone, and that sweet dried seaweed smell acted like a narcotic. "Valyra," she whispered into the darkness. I blinked, fighting the heaviness in my eyelids. "What?" "My name, it is Valyra." "Valyra," I tested the word, it felt right. Her grip on me tightened slightly, her claws grazing my skin, not to hurt, but to mark. "If you die in the night, Sebastian," she rumbled against my ear, the vibration rattling my teeth, "I will be very displeased. Do not disappoint me." I drifted off, anchored by her weight, unaware that the real danger wasn't my failing biology, but the inevitable moment when I would have to wake up and accept that I never wanted to leave this cage.
Want to keep the flame ignited without having to wait for the next part? You can find the full, tantalizing tale on our main page. See the link in the description.